Hi everyone.
Today we'll be talking about a very, very interesting project. Are you familiar?
Tengah Garden Residences.
They say it's like a new... Tengah is like a new district, like Punggol district, right?
And it's also something similar to like binary. Okay, so I think today we will share more about if let's say you are looking at this cheapest launch in 2026, what are the things that you should look out for? What are some common concerns that people on the ground have? Okay, because the preview is starting very soon. In fact, when you are seeing this video, I think already previewed.
11 April.
11 April. Okay, so we'll touch on what you should look out for and what are the units that you should be looking at. Okay, so this is what we'll be going through today. Okay, mainly first we'll be sharing more about the project first because I think a lot of people still do not know where is this and
where is
Tengah? Do you need a passport? Okay, and then the second thing that we are going to touch on is this very common concern. Is 2 bedrooms still a safe buy right now in this market? Okay, especially in this kind of estate where it's more of the own stay elements that is very important. Thirdly, will be the crucial exit timings. Okay, if you are looking at Tengah Garden Residences, there are certain timings that you should time yourself or be prepared for. If let's say you are buying this for investment, then how to spot some sweet spots, okay, in this development itself. Because if you have seen our previous videos, our analysis, we are starting to touch on how we can use developers' strategy to use it into our advantage.
Correct.
And then lastly, we'll also have the floor plan analysis to show you across the board what are the different kind of unit types and the floor plans. Is it good? Is it bad? Alright, and lastly, we'll actually give a score, okay, on if let's say we were to buy ourselves, what kind of score are we giving to this project itself?
Project score. So here's our contact. Do scan this QR code if you want to directly ask us about this project. Feel free to call us. And do remember to like and subscribe to our channel so to give us more moral support that we continue to do this analysis.
Thank you. Okay, so throughout this analysis, we'll actually be putting these 3 phases beside the slides itself to let you know at every different kind of things that we touch on, which part is it more important or related to. Okay, the first being the opportunity is when you buy in. Is it a good buy? Is there a safety net to it? And what are the things that you can look out for in terms of the sweet spot? Okay. Secondly will be the livability. That means we are touching on the conveniences around the schools, the layouts. Okay, is it beneficial to you? All right. And lastly will be the part where you are going to sell. Will people want to buy from you in the future? What are the future competitors that you have to be aware of and to time yourself? Okay. Firstly, we are going to touch on this project information. Basically, this is in Tengah, all right? And then the developer is by Hong Leong, mainly by Hong Leong. And then this is a 863 units project, all right? Huge. We'll consider a mega development for this one because usually anything above 500 we consider it mega. And this one is actually just right beside Hong Kah MRT. And that is also the reason why the car park space is about 60%, all right, for the condo itself. Okay, I think in Tengah we have heard of 50% before. That is Novo Place EC. Okay, or 50%. That's not directly linked to the MRT. And this one is directly linked to MRT. We have 2 bedrooms, we have 1 bedrooms in this project. I think 60% is actually quite adequate lah. Okay, good enough. Alright.
So it's a mixed development. Yeah, just direct walking to the MRT, Hong Kah MRT.
Yes, and then below, this is actually a mixed D. So below there's actually 50 units that they can turn it to shops and also restaurants. Okay, what we heard is about 3,000 square meters. Yeah. Alright, so comparing to some malls, these 3,000 square meters I would say considered I wouldn't say it's a very huge mall like you see like IMM or like Vivo City, not that kind of huge one. But basically it's just on level 1. So your basic necessities will be taken care of like a supermarket. Definitely there'll be one.
Bakery, coffees, all that. Yeah.
And this is mainly managed by Hong Leong. They're not going to sell any of the units. So in terms of the tenant pool wise, I think it will be more controlled. And basically it will always have tenants. Sometimes when mix these developers, they sell it to the public. Okay, sometimes we'll realize what the tenants keep changing. Sometimes cafe, sometimes something else, and then sometimes sell durian or whatever. Okay?
This is what we have always been highlighting. Let's say if you have mixed development, who are the one that's controlling all the tenant pools? This is very important.
Okay, so this is the site plan. Okay, this is already oriented to north, south, and east and west. Okay, but it's just slightly tilted away. So basically, there are some units. Actually, they will get some west sun. Okay, especially those that is facing this towards the south side. There's this man-made pond. Okay, so where some will actually be shooting into these units. This is one thing that you all have to take note. On our right side, you'll see this Hongkar MRT, and there's a link bridge across from this Block 19 to Hongkar MRT. So in terms of convenience wise, actually Block 19 will be the most convenient in terms of the walking distance. So all the lift lobbies will actually be going down to level 1. Okay, for you to enjoy all the amenities like the shops and restaurants. And then towards our north side, okay, this is where the entrance is. Alright, on the top left corner. Basically, the public and the residents will actually be using this same route to come into the development. But the difference is actually going into the car park. There will be different ways. When you go down to the show flat, I think we can explain to you more. Okay, but what is after this road is actually a hospital, future hospital. Later on, we will actually show you using a master plan to show you. Okay. Now, in terms of the conveniences over here, okay, we can see that this Hongkar MRT is just one stop away from the Tengah MRT, which is actually the main town in the future. So in the master plan, we will also later on I'll highlight what are they going to build over there. So for people who wants to go to Jurong East, for example, they have to take this MRT to Tengah and then downwards towards the right side to Jurong East. Okay, so you still need about 6 stops. Okay, but in terms of the school-wise, we have the nearest is the future Kranji Primary, okay, which is right over here. And then it's already confirmed Pioneer Primary School, okay, will be over here in Tengah as well. One thing is about the famous ACS school, okay, and the recently announced UWC, they are coming into Tengah as well. Where will they be located? So we just use the master plan for example. ACS is actually over here and Tengah Garden Residences is over here. Those people who knows about Koppen Grand EC is actually over here. So Koppen Grand EC is actually quite close to Tengah Gardens. Alright, and then for the UWC wise, we do not know exactly which plot it is, but because of their size of their current campus, I would say very likely it could be this one, which is just right across to Tengah Gardens. Alright, so you can see this purple pink kind of plots of lands. This is actually for industrial purpose, but we know that this part is actually the Jurong Innovation District. So it's not the manufacturing plants, it's more for those IT.
So it's really like the Punggol district.
Punggol, the IT
they
district.
also do all the innovation.
Then these blue waters over here, okay, right now if you go to the actual site, you will see it's just sand, sand over there. Okay, so this is man-made. They are going to put in water over there to make it a man-made pond.
Make it like a waterfront living.
Okay, and these orange plots over here, you will already be seeing there is all the BTOs. Okay, and upcoming all these plots is still ongoing. They are still going to build more BTOs there. So in terms of the future buyers pool that you have, is actually quite a lot. Okay, the numbers wise, I think it's about 20,000-30,000 of households over there.
Natural HDB upgraders.
Okay, so one thing about this Tengah Township is there's already a lot of ECs already launched, and upcoming I think there's still a lot more. In terms of the private residential, you can be assured these two blue ones that is in the Tengah Town Centre, that will be the main malls, and also on top of it there will be residential. Okay, so in terms of the prices, I would say this will definitely be more expensive than the current Tengah Gardens. Okay, because they will be able to build different levels of malls. Okay, but for Tengah Gardens, it's just level 1. These are the schools that we mentioned. Alright, right now we got Wulang over there as well. Okay, although it's not
school, right?
Top school. For the west side, this is one of the top schools over there, but it's not within 1 kilometer. So just to take note that those famous ones like ACS and Wulang is not within 1 kilometer, but it's still within 2 kilometers. Alright, in terms of the estimated prices, this is what we have came up with. The starting price is already in the news. Okay, this is just a matrix where we can see at different PSF what is the price that you should look at. Okay, but one thing we want to just highlight, we have news that you should look at this PSF as an average. Although for the 2 bedrooms, they are starting at about 1,008 PSF.
So at this time, you also will be seeing a lot of social media posting. They are pricing at the price of EC. So it's very attractive. But today this video is ready to look into what is the exit strategy in terms of if you are getting the price of EC prices.
Yes. So the starting price over here is the EC transacted, either average or the highest price already. That means to say in time to come, MOP EC is going to sell the same price as a TOP condo.
Correct.
So this is actually a pocket of opportunity where some people are already looking at it. Okay, but in terms of budget planning and what kind of unit type you should go for, you should speak to us more. Then we'll tell you exactly what you should be aiming for. I've also broken down to particularly like 1-2 bedrooms, how much will they likely go to. Okay, so for this example, this 1 and 2 bedrooms, I've already put in the estimated top floor PSF. I already seen it should not cross 2003 PSF. So very attractive. Being a mixed D near to MRT, I don't think there's anywhere else with this kind of prices.
Pioneer launched the highest at
average 2005.
2005, 2007.
Highest 2007, yeah. So this one, highest, will not cross 2003. I think it's a steal. Okay. And then based on Hong Leong past projects, I've also added in like per floor jump, likely how much is it? Okay, like 8,000, 7,000 or 6,000. These are all based on roughly about 0.5%. Okay. But there are certain levels that they will actually increase quite a lot, which I put it about 3 times the normal jump. And there are also like different facings. They'll also look on different facings. Okay, so one thing to take note when we buy a project, a new launch for example, we have to see the developer's past track record, what they tend to use to load their premium in. Okay, we try to avoid all these heavy premiums. Okay?
Their pattern, their habit.
Okay, and these are for the 3 bedrooms. You can quickly take a screenshot if you want to, or revisit this video so that you can have a rough gauge of prices. Even the most expensive, I would say over here, 2002 plus. Okay, haven't touched 2003. And the overall quantum is still below 2.4 million for a 3 bedroom. Okay, good size, below 2.4 million. I think a sort of no-brainer. Okay, but of course, not all units on all the facings you should be. I would say there are some units that you should still try to avoid during the launch day itself.
So later, stay tuned to our sweet spot units that we will mention.
So this is our estimated 4-bedroom prices. Quickly take a screenshot. All right, and then let's move on. Okay, these common concerns on small units over here.
Now we mentioned a lot will be questioning, small unit type, is it still safe to buy onto the small units, especially when there is so many supply of small units, right? But usually small units, who are most of the buyers?
I would say investors.
Investors, right? And for that, we will break down into you are buying into as a new launch or a resale buyer. Because typically for 2-bedroom, usually investor and own stay, but usually it will still be selling out for most of the projects for the new launch site. Okay, because why? Most of their budget, maybe they are counting up to the 2-bedroom, they cannot exceed that 3-bedroom range. Okay, so in terms of that, what we want to take note of is actually when you are exiting as an investor. You are buying now as an investor for 2-bedroom. Next time when you sell, what are you going to position yourself with? Because you will be exiting. Let's say if you're an investor, you'll be exiting the same time as the other investor. So there will be a lot of competitors around you, right? Resale time, if let's say you have the 2 plus study, normally 2 plus study, you still can have a bit of mixture of the young couples with a small family. Yeah, but most of the pool are mainly investors.
So I think the common concerns is also right now a lot of clients out there, or yourself, you are looking out there that there's a lot of 2-bedroom stuck in the market, and you are afraid that to go into a new 2-bedroom and you're afraid next time you cannot sell. So this is very natural. Okay, the reason is also why, like Charlene said, when it comes to resale, mainly investors hardly will go into a resale 2-bedroom because at the same time there could be new launches coming out at a more attractive price, or because it's newer and the monthly mortgage is actually lower. So people tend to go for the newer one. So new 2-bedroom, usually the demand is high. Okay, but when it comes to resale, you might have to be prepared to hold it a little longer. It's going to take a while. Alright, so we are going to show you also for prime and non-prime. Okay, so prime 2-bedroom, we will still see a good take-up rate even in the resale market. Why? Because in a prime resale market, if people wants to go to a 3-bedroom, it could be quite a high quantum already.
You know, top up very 500,000 more already.
Way more. Okay, so for a 3-bedroom out there, like let's say River Valley area, people might still feel it's quite a big portion to top up. Okay, so actually prime 2-bedroom, because of the location wise, people are still okay to enter to the resale market, and also because of the good rental yield that they can get. Okay, but for non-prime 2-bedroom, you tend to lose out more because let's say in the Choa Chu Kang estate, Tengah estate, Punggol estate,
mostly own stay.
Mostly own stay, they are not buying for investment, and for them to build a family, 2-bedroom could be too small for them. So that's why, like we said, you have to be prepared to hold a little bit longer. Right. Okay, but later on we also share a little bit more on how you should time your exit.
We just show one example. Just now we mentioned those non-prime area, right? Okay, for example, Tampines is not a very prime area. It's more for people that own stay buyers, own stay people, right? So these are the new part of the Tampines when there are a lot of condo and EC that take turn to build and TOP, MOP one at a time, 1 year, 2 years, back to back. Okay, so we just zoom it back to what is the prices of the smaller bedroom type. What is their average profit? So you can see, right, from Santorini, TOP is 2017. The average profit is
lesser than 20,000
$2,000
or some. Yeah. So basically they make a loss lah.
15. Yeah, if you add your expenses and all that, it's definitely a loss making. So why is this happening? Why is this profits from 2,000 to 18,000? So we need to zoom in. Is it because there is a lot of condo around there? But there are a lot of same type of smaller units. See, for example, Alps, there are already 170 plus, 180 units. Then Tapestry, okay, also at close to 300 units already. So when you are exiting at the same time, definitely investors, they want to buy resale buyers, they will have a lot of choices to choose. And what will happen? They have a lot of choice, they will have
You'll take time to choose. Then
they will negotiate for a lower price, right? There will be a lot of price bidding war already. And this is what we don't want as investors. Yeah.
So likewise for Pasir Ris condos, they are known for having projects back to back. Okay, this is just one of the estate. Loyang, there's another estate where it's ABCDE one, the condo name. All the freeholds on ABCDE one, they are also stuck with the smaller condo units. So we are going to use Pallet as an example, okay, because 2015 is actually in the midst of middle of everything. Okay, so we just want to show you what happens when there's an oversupply of the same type of units over here. So Pallet TOP in 2015, okay, these people start to sell in 2017 and 2019. You can see the profits over here. Actually at the start it was quite decent. 2017 still okay until the part where you see the profits over here.
$560.
Okay, this is when 2018, 2019, they start to see the profits drop already. Why? Because Dines and Coco Palms 2017 and 2018, the TOP, they are also ready to sell. Total 295 units came into the market to add on to the Pallet itself. Okay, so a lot of sellers out there trying to just let go of their units to make these small profits. So that's why you realize when you buy into something in an estate where let's say it's new, like Tengah for example, okay, we are the first one, but yet there's still more plots coming up. So if they are going to launch more 2-bedrooms in the future, okay, you have to watch out on when are they going to TOP.
Yeah.
Okay, before the TOP is actually the best time for you to release your Tengah Garden unit lah. Okay, so we want to show you an example when there is no supply of the same type of unit after you, what will happen.
Or maybe you can say like Tengah, what is the pocket of opportunity for a small units? Because okay, let's zoom into Punggol, because just now we also mentioned Tengah is like similar to a Punggol, like a new district, right? So River Isle in Punggol, okay, TOP in 2015, there are a total of 610 units. You look at their profits, their average transaction is average profit is about 130,000.
Which is very healthy for a 1-bedroom.
Yeah, it's very healthy. It's very significant different from just now what we mentioned, Tampines Pasir Ris, from 18,000 to 100,000.
Even though they are selling at the same year.
Same year, 2015 to 2020, right? The profit is about 10 times. So we also have to zoom in. Why is this different? Why are they performing better than them? Okay, because in River Isle, only condo that have 1 bedder. So they are their only competitor.
Yeah.
They have one and only with just 15 units. Comparing to the others, you see from here, the nearby within 1 kilometer, the condos and EC, because Punggol is very famous for their back-to-back EC developing. EC, their smallest bedroom type is already 2-bedder. Yeah. So when you zoom into that, you look at River Isle, there is only one type. So this is the pocket of opportunity that we are seeing in Tengah. Tengah, because there are a lot of back-to-back EC. Yeah, like the recent one, Auto Place, Novo Place. And their smallest bedroom type is 3-bedder. Yeah, they do not have any smaller type already. So what is your competition?
No competition until the next launch.
Yeah, so you still have to know your competition is until when. Yeah, so you have to look out for what is the upcoming development.
Yeah, so for example, if let's say you are able to secure a 2-bedroom in Tengah Gardens at roughly this kind of pricing, which I would say about 1.3 to 1.4 plus. Okay, so imagine next time when you're going to sell it, let's say in 2030, there's another new launch coming up, and by then a 2-bedroom might cost you 1.6 million. Okay, so in terms of the resale buyers out there, they will see, maybe you can price at 1.5. Okay, but the new launch is 1.6. They will still buy this 1.5 because it's still cheaper. They can't buy it anywhere else. Okay, so if you buy in at 1.3, 1.4 and you sell at 1.5 plus, you are basically making about $100,000 to $200,000, which is the average good profit for a 2-bedroom.
We cannot say that definitely small units in here you will definitely earn a lot of money, but we cannot say that you cannot earn money as well because of the competition, the low supply. Yeah, but you have to really time your exit.
Yes, as long as you can catch the right timing, profits will be decent. And I would say try not to overpay for 2-bedroom over here as well, because you will not know next time what will be the pricing like for the newer 2-bedrooms over here. So now for the bigger units, there's also a concern because just now we mentioned there's no 2 bedrooms in other developments like the ECs. But right now for bigger unit type 3, 4 bedrooms, then what will happen?
Comparing with EC already.
You will definitely compare to EC.
Yeah.
Resale buyers will definitely compare. Okay, so that is why we also do this table where you can actually take a screenshot to keep in mind. All right. So when is the appropriate exit timing? So our strongest competitor is actually this Copen Grand because their launch price was very attractive. Only until recently where these people, okay, Novo Place and Auto Place, they actually set a record for EC price 1,008, 1,009 PSF. All right. So our main competitor, Copen Grand, if let's say you own a 3-4 bedroom over here in Tengah Garden, you have to really take note of Copen Grand, the MOP in 2032. So for Tengah Garden, you will clear your SSD. Let's say you buy this year, you will clear your SSD in 2030. 2030 to 2032 or 31, end of 31 is actually your golden opportunity, the period to sell away 3-4 bedroom. Okay, but when it comes to in the future, let's say Altura and so on and so forth. Let's say Novo Place, for example. Okay, will it be good for us to sell during 2034 this period? It might be a good opportunity because we have seen some stats before where there's another project helping your current project to earn money because of either their layouts, the attributes to their project. Okay, so Novo Place, if let's say 2034, you choose to sell in 2034, Novo Place might help you a little bit because people might go and view Novo Place and also view Tengah Garden at the same time. And because of Tengah Gardens,
Mixed beside MRT
and beside MRT, it actually helps a lot, and you'll push buyers to be okay to pay a little bit more premium to your Tengah Gardens. Okay, but of course, if let's say we wait until like let's say Auto Place is also up, you have to face a lot of competition from all these privatized. I wouldn't say privatized. They are still semi-privatized, but basically they can sell like a private already.
Yep.
Take note of the different years that other people MOP and what kind of bedroom type are you holding on to. If I'm holding on to a 4 bedroom in Tengah Garden, then it will be good for me to wait until they MOP, then I sell. Why? Because all the 3 bedrooms here will want to upgrade. Upgrade to a better location. So if I hold a 4 bedroom, I wait until they MOP. But if I hold a 3 bedroom, before they MOP, I better sell.
Correct. Because 4 bedroom, I have the attributes better than them as well.
Just some tips for you.
Sweet spot. Not every project will talk about sweet spots.
Yes.
So what are the sweet spots in Tengah?
So from this price matrix, we can see quite a few things. So first thing is, where are they loading their premium on? Is it on the facing? Is it on the per floor? Is it on the unit type? Okay, so we can see the starting PSF. You can see 2 bedroom is about 1,008 PSF, 3 is about 2,000, and then 4 bedroom is about 2,000 plus already. Okay, so we can see they are also using a little bit of premium on the bigger unit types like 3 and 4 bedroom. Okay, so today if I want to find a 2 bedroom, is it a good opportunity? It sounds quite good as an opportunity. Okay, next thing about the per floor jump, just now when I show you the maximum that we can hit, you can see the 2 bedrooms, basically you will not exceed 2003.
Yeah.
The 3 bedrooms, you are also not exceeding 2003. Okay, and then for the 4 bedroom, yes, you might touch 2004 PSF. The opportunity wise, the per floor jump, over here, they will definitely need to look on per floor. Okay, why? Because mega development and it's a 16 floor high building. They have nowhere else to place the premium already. Next thing, they're also putting on facing itself.
So whether hospital facing, pond facing,
MRT facing,
MRT.
inner facing. Over here got different kind of facing. Okay, and based on Penrith, their previous project, they did load a premium on the different kind of facing. It's about 3% difference for a jump in facing. So the project USP over here, remember, according to our previous videos also, we start to talk about we want to buy something that has the USP of the project, yet we do not want to overpay. Okay, so the project USP over here is mainly this MRT over here. Okay, secondly will be the man-made pond that is around here. Okay, and then the commercial space that is downstairs. Okay, so the main part is always the MRT first. Okay, next will be the facing, because commercial wise sometimes you will not even go there some days lah. Okay, but MRT and the facing is almost permanent. Okay, something that you have to look out for. So today we want to know where will they load the premium on the facing. Definitely will be on the pond. Okay, so the next one they will likely look on will be the inner facings. Okay, where there's pool view or is a quiet view. Okay, because all these over here will likely face the MRT track noises. Okay, and on top of us, we also have the hospital facing. So likely this part over here, these people over here, and the on top part will likely be the cheapest. After that will likely be the inner facings, and lastly will be the river facing, the pond facing. So we want to make sure we still buy into the convenience of all this, a better facing, but yet we don't want to pay premium. Okay. One thing before we go into that, we want to touch on this picture first.
And we have to thank Jay because he is ex-pilot, so that
Ex-pilot trainee.
or haven't had a trainee.
So I know a lot
Captain
of...
Cook.
not Captain, okay. But I know a lot of pilots out there. And I also check with them what is the flight path of Tengah Airbase fighter pilots.
This is super exclusive news. I mean, as an agent, we hardly have this kind of news, right? Yeah, he even can gather the flight path.
And because the main concern is also because Paya Lebar Airbase is going to move to Tengah in the future. So when you buy in the Tengah Gardens, you also want to know next time how will their noise affect my selling or not. Your resale viewings, all that. I've sold before in Paya Lebar before. When a plane fly past, we have to stop talking because they can't hear anything. Okay. So,
but it also links down to why people stay in Punggol also. They are already used to that kind of sound.
Sometimes because they have to enter at a limited budget first, and whatever comes out, they just accept it and get used to it. Okay.
So
but if let's say we can pre-see or preempt what is going to happen, then you see whether you want to enter Tengah. But three main concerns will be this MRT, the fighter pilots over here, and the hospital that is at the north of the project. Okay. So just want to talk about the master plan. This is a huge plot of hospital over here. Okay, the MRT tracks are here and here. Okay, and the flight path later on I'll touch on more. Okay, but one thing, the noise always comes from, for the MRT, always come from here and here. It's basically because of the accelerating and the braking. Okay, so units facing here, okay, will likely face the sound, but units at the top will not have too much of the noise coming in. Then those who are facing the hospital, if you are Chinese and you believe in feng shui, there are a lot of people who say, don't buy hospital facing, very ing. But if you are not, then that's okay, because hospital, I think ambulance not every day one. Okay. Now, exciting one is this flight path of Tengah Airbase. So I've already put in, this is Tengah's location, Tengah Gardens location. This is the airbase. Okay, I put a fighter jet icon there also. So there's actually basically two flight paths for these fighter jets. This is the takeoff path. So one to the left, one to the right. This is the usual path, which is towards the left. Then if let's say there's a live firing going on, this orange zone, okay, they have no choice, they cannot fly over here anymore. They have to fly towards the right. So when they fly towards the right, okay, this picture is not so accurate. I checked with my Air Force pilot friends where they fly the F-16 here. Afterburners, they will go up. Okay, so this is where the afterburners is, the main sound of it. When they turn right, they will actually off the afterburners. Okay, so the immense engine noise will be reduced. Once they are here, they'll make a sharp right turn to cut across this runway, okay, to avoid all the residential buildings over here. So basically, they will fly over here and cut off, so it will not touch Tengah Garden. So that's one thing. Good.
Yeah, look at my question mark.
You don't understand.
Totally.
So basically, the summary is it will not overfly Tengah Garden Residences.
Yeah, that's the summary.
Okay.
For
and
those that don't know about.
Most of the time, they just fly towards the west. Fly towards the west. So you'll be out away from the residential buildings. Now, landing. Okay, landing also got noise on. So landing, usually what they do, they will go through this route. Okay, to land. Okay, back on the left. If not, if have to be from the south, they will straight away land here. Okay, straight away come in and land. This part, usually they will avoid unless there's a live firing going on and there's also some restrictions over here flying in from the south. Then they will choose this path. Okay, so this is the only time where Tengah Garden Residences might get to hear some noise of the air show. So yes, landing, you will still hear some noise as and when. So
Every day I'm learning new things.
Okay, so the sweet spot units, I would say, later on during the different floor plans, there will be different stacks. We'll let you know roughly where should you be focusing on. Okay, but just remember, quietness over here will be very prioritized. Okay, why? Because there's so many noise all around us. So inner facings will usually be the most preferred. I would say preferred. In terms of the premium, it's definitely this pond facing units.
So now we'll start with the floor plan analysis. These are just the unit mix. No need to pay so much attention to one bedroom because there are only 6 units. Okay, now the highlight is the 2-bedder that just now we mentioned. Okay, and then the rest will be the bigger bedroom type. Right. So this is the 1-bedder. There are only 6 units, so we'll not touch much on it. It's mostly on the inner facing. Okay, this is another type of the 1-bedder. It's just a mirror image. Also, good thing that they are having the inner facing for the 1-bedder. Now, focusing more on the 2 bedrooms. 2 bedroom for this type 624 square feet. This, we have different type of facing. Now, first, we will look at the floor plan. Okay, this is a very good floor plan because this is 2 bed, 1 bath. And one thing to highlight, now 2 bed, 1 bath, rarely they will give an enclosed kitchen. Okay, next, what facing should you choose? Now, it's either you get the hospital facing or pond facing. So, assuming the loading
I would say MRT facing. More of MRT facing than the pond facing.
Oh, this one will be the MRT facing, correct? Yeah. So just now we did mention that block 19 is actually the only block that has the direct bridge to the Hongga MRT. So if let's say the pricing is almost the same, okay, for the hospital and the premium block, my own preference will be focused on this stack. Yeah, because you have the direct access. You want to be the most accessible for your, if let's say 2-bed 1-bath, you're more on a tenant pool, your investors, right? Then subsequently will be the south facing, the MRT track facing. Next, the 2-bed 2-bath 657 square feet. Okay, they only have 2 stack, which is the north hospital facing. Likewise, you will also have your tuck-in kitchen.
But what I like about this kitchen for this 2-bed 2-bath is this line over
This
here.
one.
This is actually a glass.
Yeah,
Yeah, so basically you can still see your living hall while you're in the kitchen.
you have natural light.
So one thing
not so
about
down.
buying from this kind of developers is they like to put in these little fine details to make the place a little bit better.
So in terms of when you are selling in resale time, the whole resale viewing would be much preferred. Maybe more if comfortable. Now 2-bed, also 2-bed 2-bath. Now we have mostly all inner facing. It's the same stack. It's the same kind of floor plan, enclosed kitchen and dumbbell layout. Okay, for how do you want to prioritize this? I would think the most preferred stack, hopefully there's not much loading, will be this stack 39 because it has the furthest block to block distance.
And lower floors can actually see the whole pool, left and right.
So if let's say they didn't load much on facing but rather on floor, you should prioritize this. Now, 2-bed plus study, 753 square feet. The study has you can enclose it to your own storage. So this one will be more suitable for own stay, a young couple, young family as well. Okay. Now we have different type of facing, mainly also inner and further away from MRT except one stack here. So I will prioritize the one at the inner facing.
But how come not the one that is nearest to the MRT?
This one, right? Okay, because just now I mentioned 2 plus study, maybe we'll have some own stay, young couples, young families. So in terms of, let's say, resale viewing time, that view is very important. If you're nearer to the MRT versus if you are comparing with the inner facing, inner block facing, definitely inner facing will be much preferred. So the viewing is very crucial for resale. But at this point of time, right, when we have completed, we have seen all the 2-bed, you realize that the developer really focused on the 2-bed because all the 2-bedroom have this enclosable kitchen and the glass wall, which makes the whole vibe very welcoming. So this is a smaller 3-bed, 797 square feet, and there is only 1 stack which is nearer to the MRT. So this one, I would say, it is still quite a decent layout, have an enclosed kitchen. But this one, most of the harmonized developer is already trying to squeeze in all to have the bedroom 3 at the other side. Yeah, but I will say that this will be very good for buyers that are looking with a budget of a 2 plus study. And let's say if you have a good queue number, you can prioritize to get this 3-bedroom, the smallest 3-bed. In terms of, because let's say you are going to sell in resale time, you can attract 2 different kind of buyers, 1 2 plus study and one looking for a tighter budget 3-bedroom. So second, this will be the 818 square feet. It's still a 3 compact, but now you will have at least a traditional layout. So the difference between just now this 797 square feet and 818 square feet, which is about 21 square feet more. 21 square feet, you top up about 40k. You will get this traditional layout. And the facing also, you are facing the north facing, okay, away from the MRT, but facing hospital.
And the main entrance.
And the main entrance, yeah. But you have a better, decent layout, I would say. Now, the larger 3-bed compact, 829 square feet. This one, the only difference is just this foyer space. A bit of wasted space in a way. Okay, but now you have different type of facing. 829, if you compare, you will be paying, let's say from the smallest 3-bed, just now 797, you will be paying now 64,000 more. 64,000 more for a different foyer space. So for 3-bed compact, right, I will focus more on, let's
3B.
say, if you have budget, I will focus on this 3B first. Yeah, more traditional layout. Then will be this 797 square feet because the entry price is very sweet and you can attract 2 different kind of buyers, 2 plus study as well. After that, then I will focus on this 829. Okay, now it will be the 3-bed with store. Okay, this one is very important, this household shelter, because why? Tengah, just now you already mentioned there are a lot of MOP, HDB upgraders, and HDB, they are already used to the household shelter. Storeroom to them is very important. So this one will be very palatable for the HDB upgraders. Okay, at 904 square feet, price entry is still very decent. Then you have different type of stacks, right? Just now you already mentioned what should we prioritize on?
Quietness.
Quietness. So which one is the quiet one? The inner facing. Okay, focus on this first. This will be the sweet spot. Then after that, look into the one outside.
And one thing about the floor plan I like is actually the store is hackable also. So there's a lot of other projects with a flexi room, okay, which means to say from the kitchen they can actually cut through and go to the room side. So actually this store can also be converted to, let's say, a study space, a small, let's say a bar space, because I can hack away this wall if I want to. Okay, and let me highlight this one.
Let me highlight this one. You can hack away as well. There's 3-bed plus store is only one. After that, it will be the 3-bed premium with yard. So extra yard and WC of 969 square feet.
Wow, this should be the most popular stack, I would say.
Most popular, and the facing will be facing the north facing, hospital facing. But with this extra yard and WC, you will be paying about 130,000 more.
Yeah, for me, I wouldn't mind 130 for me to get another yard and WC.
With
and
household shelter, yeah?
Yeah, so I think also one key difference is also the entrance into the unit. Because when I come home, really the dining space is not in my way. I sort of have a bigger space to walk around with. Yeah, so I would say this will likely be very popular on the launch day itself.
Alright, then the other layout will be this 990 square feet. The only difference is also just the foyer space.
Wow.
Yeah, but I would prefer the 969 square feet. Yeah, at least you are not facing directly to your living. More privacy. And you're also facing the same side. And then this one is the same 990 square feet, just that you're facing the inner facing. So this 3-bed premium, right, 1,012 square feet, okay, facing the outside as well, the hospital facing, north facing. The only difference is you will have a bigger living as well as this wardrobe area. So you are paying additional about also 100,000 more for this extra space. Then another type, same size, different facing, and this is the preferred. The most people will like this stack more because of the block-to-block distance. And what I like about this is the wall in this kitchen, which you can actually, if you want, you can hack half of it and make it into a glass window. So it makes the whole living very bright and open. Yeah, in terms of resale time, it's very welcoming for your resale buyer as well. So this is a bigger type of 3-bedder, will be also inner facing. Only difference is the foyer area. This 3-bed premium will be a bigger one, 1,033 square feet. Again, what we want to focus on the sweet spot is these are all the premium facing that will be all facing the inner.
Okay, so moving on to the 4 bedrooms that we have, you can see basically it's also very similar to 3 bedrooms. It's just this additional 4th bedroom and the configuration of the bathroom that we have. Okay, so later on there will be some with the bathroom in the middle of these common rooms as well. But just one thing to note over here for the 4 bedroom, mainly they are all this pond facing over here. That means to say definitely in terms of the pricing wise, you'll be loaded with a premium of the facing. And just now we already saw that they will likely also be loading premium on the unit types. That means so basically you will be you have to take note of the price that you are entering in for this 4 bedroom. For this 4B, all right, it's very similar to what we saw just now. Okay, so the entrance wise, the kitchen wise, and the wardrobe in the master room is the same. Okay, it's just different facing. One is facing to the south, 4B is facing towards the north. Okay, so this 4B will likely be slightly cheaper than the 4A lah. And then what we see here is this 4C, which is also north inner facing. This layout, I pretty much I would like this layout as a 4 bedroom. Why? Because I can still build a dry kitchen countertop over here for my own use lah. And 4 bedroom usually I would like to see a dry kitchen area. Okay, what we saw just now in the 4B and 4A is that there's no space for you to create a dry kitchen countertop area. Now 4D over here is very similar to what we see in the 4C. Okay, it's just the facing again is slightly different. This is in the middle of the development, inner facing. And if I want something of the lower floor, I will basically buy this with a pool view, this area. Now for the bigger 4E, this is the biggest unit type over here. Okay, you can see only the walkway is slightly different. Okay, the entrance. Because just now what we saw was we come from the side, we have some sort of privacy.
This one don't have.
This one don't have. This will likely have also premium loaded on because right beside it there is a pond facing to it. Okay, so you have to take note again on the prices. But this is the biggest unit yet. I do not see a landscape living hall over here, which is actually the downside. And this room, which is over here, I can't hack it as well. Sorry, for 4E. Okay, this room over here, I can't hack it as well.
Which most of the bigger 4-bedder, you are able to hack and combine and have a bigger landscape. So this is the minus point.
Yes. Okay. And lastly, the 4F and 4G are very similar. Okay, 4F and 4G. It's just the different facing. 4F, you have all the pond facing. Okay, 4G, you will have this inner facing. So this was 4F and then 4G. So for me, I would say even you see for the dining area, it's just somewhere out of nowhere in the middle. It blocks my space. no space for my dry kitchen countertop. So I would rather be focusing on just now that one that I can put a kitchen countertop. So this one, the only difference is actually all the wardrobe and then this bathroom in the middle. Okay, so if the price is attractive enough, giving me a good gap to the EC 4-bedroom, I might still consider. But if not, I would prioritize on the smaller 4-bedroom first.
Correct.
So now lastly is our owner score.
SM score, owner score. Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of opportunity, we are talking about when we enter, is there an opportunity? Is it a good opportunity? So out of 10, what would you give?
I'll definitely give a 8.5 out of 10 because they are pricing it very similar to the EC price. So this is the pocket of opportunity. And just now we did mention about the 2-bedders. So this is the opportunity for investor of maybe first-time buyers looking into buying a private with a tight budget. Yeah,
it's actually a good start for a lot of first-timers if you want to. And for those that exceeded the income ceiling of an EC, this is actually sort of an EC price and is suitable for your income as well. So I think it's really a good opportunity. I will also give an 8 to 9 out of 10 for
and
this.
It's been a while since we see such a entry price for a 2-bedder. I mean, recently it's all 2005, 2007 per square foot. Yeah.
Okay. And next, in terms of livability, okay, so we are talking about the schools, the conveniences, the layout. How much?
Mixed D, definitely 8 and 9 out of 10 as well.
Wow, so high.
Because it's convenience. I have beside MRT, I have amenities just downstairs, and schools if I have kids and all. Yeah.
So actually everything really fulfills the checklist that we have. The only downside is depending on the floor plans that you actually buy into.
Correct.
Okay, because some floor plans really, I would say, it lose out to the EC's floor plan.
For example, the 4-bedder.
4-bedroom. Okay, so when it comes to the resale market, maybe some people might not like this lah. So in terms of livability, again, 8 to 9 out of 10. Lastly is the desirability. That means to say when it sell in the resale, would it be a good opportunity? Is it a good product to sell? Is it easy to sell? How much would you give?
7.5 to 8 depending on your exit timing. Let's say there are any 2-bedders out there, you have to really time your exit before the private TOP. Then for your 3 and 4-bedders, you have to time against the EC MOP.
Yes. Okay, so for myself, I will give a 6 to 7. Okay, basically it's also because my 4-bedroom, although yes, I can wait for my 3-bedrooms ECs to upgrade to me, but in terms of the floor plans, it might not be the most attractive. But in terms of pricing wise, if I'm able to get a good pricing, then yes, my 4-bedroom will be a good choice.
Yep.
And for my 2 and 3-bedrooms, there's a lot of concerns on my timing wise. Okay, so you are really restricted to the timing. Okay, if let's say there's a change in plans or the schools or whichever to your kids, there's a change in plans, you might miss out on these golden time frames, and this is some points being taken away lah. Okay, so I would say total up, I would say the average is around 7 to 8 for this project. Okay, so let us know your thoughts. Leave your comments below to let us know whether it's good for you, it's not good for you, any comments on this project itself. All right. If not, we'll see you in our next video. Contact us if you want to find out more about how you can look into different kind of projects, what kind of strategies are developers using. All right, we will let you know or give you a one-to-one consultation if you need to. And if possible, scan this QR code and let us know if you want to come down to Tengah Garden to have a visit. All right, see you in the next one.
See you.